the camera version of the live, because I'm using the vertical, so I'm using the cell phone, right? But gosh, it's gonna mess up. It's reconnected. All right. For the guys that are with me, for the for the pack, the backpack. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for always being there. We'll be getting this together, okay? I'm just trying to get my what I didn't want to do was to spend the whole morning trying to do this, and then I'm not actually filming. So I'm like, all right, let me try to get this stuff done at the same time. And then what I'm gonna do, if it works, come on, man. If it works, what I'm gonna ask is the guys should go and check the other feed, right? So what I'll try to do is put the feed in I'll put the feed in and say, guys, go check this feed out and see how it works, see if it's live, and if it flows better than the one that I'm using right now. That's kind of the idea. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? Switch accounts. Come on, let's do this. Don't. All right, I'll worry about it later, folks. Whoever's popping in, thanks for popping in. All right, I'll worry about this later. Yeah, it's not working out. I don't know what it is. You know what? Let me shut everything down. I'm gonna start again. Like prematurely starting, so I'm not really. Just have the camera rolling while I'm troubleshooting some stuff. So if anybody have any questions, feel free to ask me while I'm doing this before I get myself into the groove of things. All right. I'm also going to see if I can answer any other questions from yesterday. Let's see what I have here. Okay. All right. It's amazing though that most of the questions are the same. So there are times when I seem like I'm repeating myself, when really it's like most of the issues that people have are the same issues. I may have covered it in another video, so I end up covering it again. And I still think it's the best way to do it rather than just referring the person to another video. I still believe that if I get it fresh, that person probably may not go through the whole list of playlists to go see all the past videos. So still, in my mind, it's still better to just do the clinic over again. So a lot of guys, it may seem like it's like redundant. Why are we doing it again? But it's sometimes better that way. So if you have a question in the comments, you put it in. I'll be more than happy to check it out. But right now, I'm just trying to see if I can. I really want to do this different setup, but this thing is not allowing me. It's just giving me a tough time with it. So I think I may just have to save it for another day. Cameras on and everything. You just keep at it. Just keep trying. That's it. You fail, you try, you fail, you try, you keep going. All right. So what's today? What's today's positive message? All right. Here's one for you guys. You know what's funny? I had someone complain about this, and I don't think they should have been complaining. I really think they should have been feeling positive, right? This says, answer the phone with enthusiasm and energy in your voice. That's it. How's that? That's today's quote. That's the quote of the day. Let me see if I can put it in this. Let me see if I can put it in there. The quote of the day. All right. If you don't listen to anyone else today, you listen to this one today, go for it. All right. And really, if you look at the thumbnail, the idea is, it's like power without flow, right? And hey, what's up, man? What's up? Here's a quote. Let me put it in. Answer the phone, okay, with enthusiasm and energy in your voice. Boom. Take that, man. That's the message for the day, folks. Pin this right to the top. Pin. Okay, that's the message for today. So, ultimately, I'm going to go look at this head for this Miele vacuum. I want to see what's happening, why the connection is bad. But I was curious about something. I was working on a shark, not a shark, a Hoover yesterday, and I was wondering, the Hoover smartwatch, when it pushes forward, right, the smartwatch sends a signal to the pump to spray the water, right, or the solenoid. It could be the solenoid too. It could be block. Signal goes, let it go. It could be that, right? I'm not sure what it is yet. But what it is the secret is right in here. The secret is right here. Okay? Now, this is your brush motor, right? So this is really, I don't think this is really getting anything major, but whatever this is on top of the brush motor. I'm not sure what it would be measuring because this is only in plastic, this little piece right here. So it's not really designed to read this spin, okay? This is just in plastic, and I think these are just the lights. I believe these are just the lights to show dry or wet or something like that. So these are just lights, LEDs. So this has nothing to do with the motor, okay? So I can really remove this and get this guy out of the way so we don't have to talk about him. He's out the way for this particular, for what I'm looking at. What I'm looking at is when it goes forward. Hey, David, what's up, man? Hey, David, man, being that you're here, I have to apologize for yesterday, David. I wanted to go live in the evening and I was just really held up. I'm going to have to absolutely make sure that I carve out my, what is it again? It is, I think it's my Tuesday, Thursday evening show lot. All right. And what it was that because I kept working during the day. I kept working during the day. I thought maybe that it was permitted, but no. I'm trying to see. This thing is not pulling away from here. It's not pulling away. What's the deal? What's the deal? It's not pulling away. It seemed like they glued it. It's nothing special. Let's see what's under here. Let's take out these two screws. So, David, I have to apologize for that, buddy. Okay. Hey, but Guitar Jam show up today. He received the drawing prize. See, there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing reading. There's nothing connected to the motor. This is just for the LED lights. It's just that they glued it in. So there's no prongs. There's no electrical contacts or anything like that. There's nothing that is connected. There's nothing under here to say that it's reading maybe something else. It's just welded to this thing. Okay. So anyway, so this is separate. This is just LEDs. I'm gonna pull this out of here. So this is not needed for anything important. The motor's on the side, but the motor is connected to this. So let me remove these guys here. These are just power, neutral and live for the motor and the ground. Okay, so the message to the unit here. All right, I'm trying to find a cutter. I want to cut this wire. Here, let me just cut this because I don't need this right now. Okay, so what's telling? Let's look at it for a second, right? What's telling this stuff spray. When you push it forward, it sprays, right? Well, the feed is coming from right here. It's on top of the wheel. See it's rubbing on the wheel? So when the wheel spins, when you start moving forward, it sends a signal from here to here. Okay? Send a signal to here. Okay? And then it makes its way from here. It makes its way over here. Because here is telling the solenoid to do its job. So it's got to travel from this point here, make its way. I don't know what it's doing to get over to this signal here for this guy to read that turn on and start pumping. Okay? And it's not really a pump like that, but that's what's happening. Because other than that, the only other thing is reading is going to go to, think about it, it's this, which is you know that the upright is in the recline mode. Okay, that's what this is. Is just telling you the upright's in the recline mode, so it's okay to let the energy flow, right? Okay, so now the energy's flowing. This here's your on and off switch. Okay, this is just power. All right, so this has nothing to do with the spraying, right? And the only thing that has anything to do with this, and the other two stuff that we took apart, this was for the LED to let you know that it's going forward. So that's what this is for. This is receiving a signal, right? This is sending a signal, okay, to on and off, or really just allowing the signal to flow. This is like go, right? And this is also a go signal. This is saying to go or stop. And this now is really the one receiving the jolt to let the water flow. So what it's receiving, instead of you squeezing the trigger, instead of you going like this, is waiting for this to move forward, sends it through here, right? Sends it through here. It finds its way over to here, and it tells this guy, throw the water out. I would have been okay squeezing the trigger. Because if any one of these guys are upset at each other and they stop talking, you're not getting any spray. You know, they're like, man, you know, they have a disagreement. You know what I mean? Somebody's not going to get spray, and this guy's constantly waiting for the signal to spray, and that's what happens when you move forward. Anyway, I was just fascinated by this. This wasn't even today's topic. I was just fascinated by this. Let me go see what David is up to, man. What you up to, buddy? Guitar jams, bro. You're in the house. Yeah, guitar jams. Listen, guitar jams. I read your note, bro, and it was touching, man. Okay, it was touching, and it's all right, bro. I love that feeling, and thanks for sending that to me, and I hope you get a lot of positive uses out of that unit, and I hope you start drawing again, man. I would love to see some of your work. I would love to see some of your artwork, man. Listen, the reason I said two different styles is to show you that I still have the, you know, that's the anime style is like, that's how I grew. That's how I started. That's how I grew up. Drawing basic structures like ships and cars and trees and what do you call that ship? My biggest achievement when I was younger was drawing the oh my God, man, the Star Wars guys are gonna kick my ass for this. The fighter jet for Luke Skywalker, and the different kind of battle scenes and stuff like that, right? And then I got into like superheroes and the Hulk and Superman and Batman, and anime is a big thing. So that's why I wanted to put that one in there. And then the other portrait one is the style that I kind of do more now. So I hope thanks, man. Oh man, yeah, bro, yeah. Oh, the Falcon. Thank you, David. Thank you, thank you. And I used to draw the other guys too. The Coño, man, you would have thought I've never watched the Star Wars show. You know the other guys, the other guys, the ones that look like this. They look something like this, and that's the easy drawing, right? You know, I think if I'm not mistaken, the ships have like more like they have a wingspan or something. And it's been a minute. Star Wars have been dropping the ball, so I haven't really. Let me see. Yeah, it's probably more like this. They probably more have something like that. And then I think the guys sit down here. You know, your guy sits here, controls the stuff. Is that it? The Millennium. No, well, the Millennium Falcon is the big ship. Isn't the Millennium Falcon the one that looks like? Wait, I'm drawing this wrong. I'm just doing shapes, guys. Isn't the Millennium Falcon the one that looks like that? Hold on, like that. Oh shit! Okay. Can you see it? I think the Millennium Falcon have something like this shape. Coño, coño, amigo. That's positive, man. All right. Well, let's look at this thing. Let's look at this, guys, while you guys hopefully Brianna can join us. But let me take a look at this head and see what the hell is going on with this thing, okay? And hopefully I can do something. I was trying to set up a separate another feed to see how it looks, but it's not allowing me to stream. So I'm trying to see if there's another way I can do it. I'm trying to use an OBS software, but I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. Start streaming. Go to my settings. You know what I'm gonna do? While you guys are doing your thing, just give me 1 second. It says something about a stream key, and I'm thinking that's probably what somehow I missed. So let's see if I can do that. And if I can do that, because David, I figured you'd be able to help me out. I was hoping that you'd be here, man. So you'd be able to help me out. Let me see, to like slide over to the other stream and then see if it actually how it shows, you know, from your end. Come on, buddy. Come on. Switch accounts. I'm gonna get to my thing in a second though. Let me see. All right. So now that I got that, go to the studio. Let's see what we got. I wish you can't see what I'm doing right now because it's just. Okay, so let me go to the feed. I'm gonna go to the live feed. I'm gonna see if that key that they're talking about is in there, and if it is, I'll get the key. Where's the key? Where do I find the key at? Where do I find the key at? All right. You know what? I'll do this another day because I don't want to hold you guys up any longer. The pizza shape, right? The Falcon is like the pizza shape. The fighter. I don't know what the millennium. It's not the Millennium Bug. It's not the fighter. It's what's? Hold on. I'm gonna ask my phone. What's the name of the ship that Luke Skywalker pilots? It's X-Wing? No. Is it called the X-Wing? It's an X-Wing? Really? I can't remember that name. I can't remember that being that name. It's called the X-Wing Starfighter. I think it's the Starfighter. I think we always just call it the Starfighter, right? I think that's what it is. That's the one that blew up the Death Star, the big round planet machine, killing machine or whatever, and the the beam bend. He did like, remember the movie, remember Wanted? You know, when they could sling the gun to Wanted? I really enjoyed watching that show with Angelina Jolie and the guy, Professor Xavier, whatever his name is. I forgot, McAvoy, whatever. And they can swing the bullets. That's what happened with the light, right? The light don't work like way, right? Well, we didn't care. We didn't care, man, that the light don't bend like that. You know, it went to the thing. All right. I'm having a blast. Hey, guitar. One last thing before I hit my my deal here. This is the warm-up section. I'm about to go do another skateboard deck. This is a used skateboard. And I'm about to, I put some spray on that was covering up the old drawing. You could probably see some of the red stuff underneath for the old drawing. I'm gonna put something on this. I'm gonna sand it down, and I like creating these because these people can actually use it, or they can just put it on the wall as a piece of art. I think this is where I'm probably gonna go because it's a lot faster than doing a portrait, and I can get it out. I can probably produce these a lot faster. I think I'm gonna start back doing my skateboard decks again. Okay, and this was a piece I was just mucking around the other sometime. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just throwing paint. I was just throwing paint on the canvas. But that's some of my artwork. You never know. If I get famous enough, I could probably sell it, right? Okay. All right, guys. Chewbacca. Ah. Yeah. I think I'll do that. I'll do that, man. But I'm gonna try to get the I'm gonna try to get that stream thing going somehow. I'm gonna find it, and David's in the house, man. David can help me out here, but I was just trying to see if it'll work. If I can just, I wonder if I could do it this way. Give me one more try, guys. Give me one more try. Let me see something. Can I go live right now, like this? Let me see. Stream. Will it work? No. Paste the stream key. Paste the stream key. That's what it is. That's what these guys were. That's what this damn thing was asking for. Well, let me see. Where do I put the stream key at? You know what? I'm really gonna have to do all this stuff later. I never needed it before. I don't know why it's asking me now. It never needed it before. Use a stream key. Hold on. Advance. Paste. All right. Okay. Try it now. Let me see. Start streaming. Is it working? Let me see something. See something. Done. Man, that's a bad title. No, it's skipping. It doesn't work. How do I end this stream? The camera, it's not handling the it's frozen. It can't handle the movement. I gotta end this stream. Okay, whatever this is. God, lady. How do I end it? I'm sorry, guys. Stop the stream. Stop this stream. Stop this. Stop this. This is no good. All right, forget it. Don't worry. I'm trying different things, folks. I'm just gonna end up buying. I'm gonna have to buy that computer I was telling you about. I'm gonna have to end up buying that computer, and just do it like that. Okay, folks. Let's get rocking and rolling. Okay. How's this? If you made it this long in my video, you're hanging. You're with us. You're hanging with us. If you were just passing through, then you're just passing through. But anyone that's hanging this long, you're with us. Breeze, man, look at that Breeze here. What's up, Breeze? What's up, man? The Star Wars, yeah, it was a good. It was. Those were good days. Look, you can bash us all you want, okay? Because they, at the end of the day, the us, part of us that grew up in the Star Wars days, are a part of the people that created the crazy stuff that we're going on right now. So we are part of the problem. But we grew up, I think, kind of a privileged scenario, because as bad, if you really think about it, as bad as people think the 70s and 80s and stuff, like in certain parts, certain parts was really good. Parts like New York and Los Angeles, they had like a couple of issues in certain areas, like boroughs, like Bronx and stuff like that. But for the most part, man, that era of us growing up, there's something about it, man. I don't know what to say. It could just be because we're from that area and we think it's the best. But when you look at how free the kids were to play at school, we really were outside just and exploring the world, climbing trees, doing all kind of crazy stuff, making mud stuff, making, houses out of bushes, tree houses and whatever, playing games, tag. We were outside, we were active. It is different from today, though. I mean, I don't know if we have to live another 50 years or something to kind of properly compare the two. But I don't know, man. When you look at a lot of the kids today suffering from all these identity crisis stuff, we didn't have that then. So there was something that the kids were busy doing that didn't have them so caught up, so messed up in the head, because these kids are the ones that's going to be running the country in a couple of years. They're going to be the managers. They're going to be the judges and the lawyers. What's going on, man? If these guys are screwed up, what are we doing? Anyway, not all of them, obviously. If Guitar Jam is from this area, Guitar Jam is cool, right? We're not talking about you, man. It only applies to those who it applies to. All right, let me plug this guy in. Let me see what the deal is. Let me see what's going on. And hey, David, Brianne says she don't want to live in the same planet as some of these kids. Look. Something happened in the last couple of years. I have never heard of a bunch of kids coming together, robbing a damn CVS, robbing, busting into an Apple store and taking everything and leaving. I've never heard of anything like that before. Growing up, I think I went with a crew to Virginia Beach, and one time we were having some camp, and I saw a guy try to take a shirt out of a Virginia Beach, the stores, the stores for the souvenirs, and that was like extreme. That was extreme. I was like, yo, that guy, I think he just put the shirt in his bag. That was extreme. Jumping the turnstile, like in New York City, was extreme. Like jumping and not paying for the train was extreme, right? The kind of stuff that I'm seeing now, that's out of this world, man. That's like Mad Max stuff. I don't know. And then the kids, I don't know. I think they're mentally they're fragile. They're very fragile. They I don't know. How's that? That's my only answer. I don't know. Because everything else is going to be, we're guessing on everything. We're doing pattern like recognition. We're seeking and stuff like that. We're guessing. I don't know. I really don't know what the hell's going on. And who would benefit from this? Like Who would benefit from this? Anyway. Okay, how's that? All right, so let's see what's happening. I'm gonna turn this thing on. I'm gonna turn on the power. Let's see what the deal is. I have a sneaky suspicion I know what it might be, but I don't want to go there yet until I find out. So let's see. All right, let's turn this baby on. Okay, I found it. I found exactly what's happening. I just don't know where it's happening at yet. But I saw what's happening, okay? So there are two sounds you're going to hear. The first sound is going to be the motor. Hold on. The first sound is going to be the motor. Fairly quiet. Let me see that. Let me turn it down. That's not, it's a little bit, it's a little less. But now listen for this sound, okay? Now it's on. Now I'm gonna push. So I just pushed it forward. Now as I pull back, okay. All right, so. So what do we do? What do we do? Yeah, it is. It's just a matter of where. Wow, burnouts. Wow. You know, Brandon, I'm glad it's not something like robbing a bank. Burnout is, yeah, it's a challenge, but yeah, that's actually that's sometimes it's weird how sometimes you have to be thankful that your problem is not worse. That's crazy, right? All right, so this is what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna attempt to remove this whole wand for a second, if it's possible. I might not be able to do it. I can remove the wand, but it may not work. What I'm thinking about. So let me see. What I'm gonna look to do, right? I'm gonna see if I can put this here. Would it work? It did. It did work. So I'm just going straight from the head to the hose to the head, right? I eliminated this guy. Okay. If I'm gonna turn it on, do the same thing, and then I'm gonna try to push like I did before to see if that pushing forward motion, if that's doing it. Okay. Let's see. Doing it. So far, it looks like this guy might be the problem. Now, I could be wrong, but so far, it makes sense that this guy is the problem. This guy, it makes sense. Now, whether it's here or here, that's the part we don't know. You have two sides of this thing. What I'm thinking is that when we push, when we're pushing forward and we're using force this way, something is pushing the connection away. That force, like Brianne said, the connection is breaking there. So that force is probably pushing the connection away. You know, there's something is weak somewhere. Now this is brand new, this neck. So I'm assuming that the neck is not the problem because it works with this. These two guys are working together, no problem, right? Let's do it again. Go back and forth, right? So somewhere in here, either one of these guys, as we're pushing forward, somebody is pushing away. That's what I'm seeing. Now let's see how much this whole thing costs. Okay, let's see the price of this wand itself, by itself. Okay, so let me look it up. Let me look it up while you guys hang a little bit. Wow. Are you kidding me? A jewelry heist? Man, I haven't heard about that stuff since movies, man. Are you serious? They got Napoleon's crown. And you said that's in Paris, you said? I didn't hear about that. Let me go try to find this wand here real quick. Holy cow, man. Damn. Jewelry heist. What do you do if your kid come home and you find out your kid had a jewelry heist and he was a part of it? Like, how do you deal with that, man? That's odd. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? And I'm looking for a wand here. Wand for the New York race. Homeboy came back.
Yeah. Pissed off some people.
Well, hey man, we'll see how it turns out.
Well, better be pissed off and pissed on.
We'll see how it turns out. That's all I can say. That's all we can say. We'll see how it turns out.
Let me ask you this. It's a riddle. I'm gonna see, can you get it? The empty wagon makes the most noise.
Uh-huh.
How do you break that down?
Empty wagon makes the most noise. Well, I mean, yeah, empty barrel, is it normally?
No, empty wagon makes the most noise.
An empty
what do you
wagon.
mean by that? This whole thing.
Yeah, no, I remember empty barrel in my,
No,
I don't know, empty wagon. Really?
Okay.
Okay.
What was the streets when you and then taking what were they paved?
The peeps. Well, I mean, okay, yeah, with, yeah, because the weight down will keep it from being so light and hitting on every bump. Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Empty wagon making what?
So how do you apply that to that?
People. You got nothing up here, so they make the most noise.
Oh, okay, I hear you.
That's when you tell somebody that, they're gonna be perplexed. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
wagon is empty. You just talking loud and saying that, making a whole lot of noise.
Yeah.
You know, when we were younger, we had those wagons. You pull them around, and they made out of metal, right? They squeaked and stuff. So when you go down a dirt road or gravel road,
Yeah.
it rattles, right? Make a lot of noise. You can hear it from a distance.
Yeah.
So when you do, you put a load in it, it quiets down.
Right.
So same way with people. They ain't got nothing on the burner.
Okay.
A lot of noise.
There's a lot of noise out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of noise, man.
It's just something popped in my head. I was thinking about somebody, and it popped. I said, well, I'm giving you all this old school, wisdom
Yeah.
to apply, because
Yeah.
it's eternal, It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
People might ignore it or put it, but it comes back.
Yep. That's true.
It's something something you cannot dispute.
Let me
But
see,
truth is,
Yeah. How's this? I'm gonna give you a scenario, okay? I'm gonna give you a scenario. Let's just say that, let's say you have a block of people that have a certain way of thinking, and you got everything you wanted. I mean, everything you wanted. Right. So we hire, the government becomes the biggest employer ever in America, period. Right. That's because that's, keep putting people there. But remember, taxpayers' money pay the government. So whoever's in the government that paid in taxes is just, this money is just circulating there. Right. There's nothing new coming in. Right. That's just self-sustaining kind of deal. Yeah. But to keep that funded,
keep it perpetual.
Yeah, but to keep that funded, you need new tax money always coming in, right?
You need flow.
Right.
Cash flow.
But then, so now I think New York City buses, it's probably about $19 billion a year to operate, but it makes a couple of $100 billion. Okay, past 5, I think. Right. I think that's that was the number. I want to make sure that was the
we know
yeah, it's up there. It's up there. So now you're gonna make that free. Okay, sounds good though. Sounds good to everyone who's riding. Hell yeah, man, make it free. But maintenance is still gonna cost money, and profits from something can be used to maintain the thing, pay the people, right?
That's the only way you're gonna pay.
By profits. So how do you pay to upkeep the buses, pay the competitive raise prices for these bus drivers, etc., when it's all free now? Eliminated the profit from the buses.
But you know what they would do in a real case scenario? They would go up on other taxes.
They'll raise taxes. That's the only way.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
Okay, you can have this free. This is only going to cost you out there.
It's going to raise taxes. I'm just talking common sense. Everything sounds good.
I mean, that's basic economic 101.
Yeah, everything sounds good. But when you break it down, it's like, wait, does that even make sense?
Here's another thing. Everything good to you ain't good what?
For you.
Right.
Hey, guys. Guitar, don't forget. I'm still looking for you to when you do a piece, I want to see it, okay? You're going to have to find a way to post it. I wish they had a way we can post things up here, like an image or something. And then a moderator can either decide whether or not we let the image be viewed. We should be able to post like that would be nice. Okay, I'm trying to find a wand for this deal here. Wand, and it's S2121, right? Let's see how much the wand costs. Okay, so it's about $100. It's about $100. Some places $149. About $100 for the wand. Okay, the wand by itself. All right. So now that I got the worst case scenario, I am curious to see, and I think I can get into the wand through these little tabs right here. If I push this tab here and here, here and here, I should be able to get access to see some of this stuff. So I'm going to start messing around with this wand and see, but this guy is the problem that's happening with this connection over here. So at least we can figure that out. So if anybody have a situation, follow that same format that you saw me follow to do your troubleshooting. That'll work. Okay. All right. So that's it. Let me, let's do it one more time. Give me 1 second there, Ryan, while I wrap this up here. Let me do one more time again. Come on, buddy. What are we waiting on? Okay, let me try it again. Turn it on. Okay. All right, this is what I'm gonna do, guys. Now, for me to figure out where, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to go here. It's not at this end. Now I'm going to go up here. problem is this side of the wand. All right. And now if it was this, right, the problem would have manifested when we plug it into the head at the bottom. If it was this part, this was the problem. It looks like the problem is actually the very top up here. This guy. And this guy might be weak. So when you push, it's sliding back. That's the only way I can think of that. Just imagine these two prongs right here. And as I push forward, I'm pushing it down. Something is happening. So, but this is the side that's messed up. Okay. And again, like I said, if it was this, which is possible, but if it was this, then most likely it would have shown up here when we put it inside the head. It's kind of use the reason. And that's the last thing I'm gonna cover with you guys. And one thing I'm gonna mention, right? One of the reasons that I think a lot of the blue collar folks and the you think it's the one in the neck? It could be the one. It could be the middle one. It could be the middle section. But the middle section, you know what? The only thing I can do with the middle section is close it down like this. And if I close it down like this, maybe I can test it again. Let me see. All right. But right now, it's not. There's no messed up connection here. All right. Okay. Nothing is happening here. Everything is good. Nothing is happening here. So what I did, I closed it down for a second just to see maybe, because when it goes up and down, something happens with the wiring. The wiring is kind of folding over when it does that. So let's see. It's still there. Yeah, it's still there. Yeah. Yeah. So the problem is, but then that's what I was saying now, because people that can test things practically has a different mindset. I think when you're thinking a lot of ideological stuff, a lot of ideas and fluffy things that we can try this, we can try that. The people that actually say, okay, well, let's try it, and then they test it and they get instant result. This isn't working. The mindset is to find where's the break? Where's the break? Where's the break? Where's the break? That's kind of the way that person thinks. Where's the break? Where's the break? How do we fix it? So if that person applies that same mindset to like social issues and stuff like that, they're gonna think different than someone who's like, yeah, but maybe this can work if we can just visualize that this will happen. Those two people think totally different, and I think we meet up there when we start clashing in thoughts. Maybe if we could just, everybody is legal. Let's say it's like everybody's legal. Everybody can come in. It's like, no country act like that. You can't do that in any country. So you don't do that any place else in the world. Why you think this is the way we're supposed to do that? Let's we can improve the process, but don't say that the process don't need to exist. That's what it is. But anyway, guys, that's where we is. So I have one solution. One solution is buy a wand and replace it. The other solution is to find out what's happening inside here. Now it's locked up pretty good. This is locked up pretty good, guys. But if I'm not mistaken, right? I'm gonna try to remove this cap and see. Probably not, and see if there's a way I can kind of get some slack here. If I can get this little section out, and maybe I can see what the wiring looks like behind the scenes. But I suspect that I'm just gonna have to replace this if I really want to make a solid repair on this. All right, guys. I hope. Look like David must have gotten busy today, right? Find the current. Yeah, well, that's it. But here's the key too, Brianne. The fact that we're still solution people. So, some people specialize in just finding what's wrong all the time. Right? Everything you do, they're gonna find something wrong with it. Right? That's not a solution person. So someone who's trying to find a way to fix it, they still have to use that skill of finding what's wrong, but you're also coming with the fix. That's a lot different than just people pointing out what's wrong. So I think we're problem solvers. Yeah, he's probably fixing a boat, speedboat. I would love to see some of Dave's work, man. If he can maybe somehow get some pictures to me so I can see some of his work, But yeah, guys, hey, Dave, let me see one more thing. Relatable. Ever since I've had my Sega Genesis control being broken, I was always doing trial and error repairs. Later, I had to learn how to think in systems and not guess. Too. That's good, man. That's positive, guitar. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, but if you guys get a chance to talk with Dave, tell him I'll see him tomorrow. But hopefully this walkthrough gave people another way to kind of break it, see where the weakest link is. And that's what I had to do. All right, so guys, there is hey Tom. Holy cow, man. See, now that I'm signing off, I gotta sign off sometime. Cats are coming in. Hey, but Tom, before I go, I'm gonna put the rules of the drawing in the I'm gonna put the rules of the drawing inside the chat. Okay. There's a drawing that we're having for a hold on, let me put the rules in the drawing. Put it in there. Boom. We're having a drawing for this. Okay, we're having a drawing for this guy right here. We're going to be giving this away before somebody can take this home for Christmas. All right. Or give it to someone that you like. All right. So the rules, how to get in is in the chat right now. Rest of the vac packed. That's right. I love it. I love it, guitar. That's it. We are the backpack, and thanks for being our family. If you know of anybody who, yeah, you know what? They come both. Yeah, there's backpack. Okay, let me let you know what I'm working on. Okay. So I went online and I went looking for backpack, and they happen to have a backpack for travel that you can suck the air out and you keep stuff enclosed in these little pouches, suck the air out. So if you travel a lot, it actually allows you to put more in instead of traveling with two bags. You travel with one bag, this stuff. And I contacted the company. I wanted to see if they want to partner, so we can do stuff with the backpack, because that's kind of how it works. So thanks to Bree for that. So I'm still working on that. Okay. All right, guys. I'm still trying to work on that because I thought that would be a cool idea to get something like that in here. But I do have I have a backup. I have another thing that I want to make sure everyone in the backpack has. So we'll see how that works. But hey, guys, I'm going to see you later. I'm going to sign off right now to wrap up the rest of my work I'm doing. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, I would love to see if I can do a live later on today, but I had told Dave, so I don't even want to mention it too much, because I really wanted to be live yesterday and it didn't happen. Guys, stay positive, stay blessed. You too, Tom. You stay blessed, man. I'll talk to you. Bye. Okay. Peace.